Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining the 8th annual Solar Winery Tour that we at Solar Oregon produce and put on as our sort of main fundraiser and interactive experiential event of the year. Obviously, it's a little different this year. We're not actually physically at wineries and touring their beautiful vineyards and the solar arrays that they have installed to offset their solar production in a green way. We're doing the best we can given the circumstances, the situation, and we very, very much appreciate you for joining us in this virtual equivalent of our winery tour. It's great to have you. Thank you very, very much for your interest in what we do here at Solar Oregon as a nonprofit organization that promotes the use of solar both across homeowners and small and mid-sized businesses, and even supporting some policy all the way up to utility scale solar production, solar arrays in Oregon, and increasingly across the country. We're starting to have a presence and be sort of a model for organizations like ours in other states in the country. My name is Jason Love. I'm a member of the Solar Oregon board. I will be your host for today. There will be several other co-hosts that I'll be handing off the mic to over the period of the next few hours. We're going to get started here in just a couple minutes, and I will be handing off to one of our sponsors. But first, I want to sort of establish kind of what the rhythm of the moment will be today over the next few hours. So we'll be running until about 2:30 today. That will include 3 wineries that we'll be visiting virtually. You will have opportunities for Q&A with the various representatives at the wineries, including winemakers and the people that are sort of in charge of the education and community outreach at these wineries. We will have some social time during our lunch break at noon. So we're doing everything we can to make this experience sort of what it would be if we were actually on buses and at wineries today, and also recognizing that a lot of people are having sort of maybe some Zoom overload. This is going to be pretty lighthearted. This isn't your, sort of buttoned up business experience of a Zoom meeting necessarily. It's meant to be much more social and sort of lower key, more friendly, and more interactive at the appropriate times. Couple comments on sort of how Zoom is going to work today. We're going to ask that during the times that you are not actually interacting one-to-one or in the breakout rooms that we'll have at lunch, that you keep your audio and your video muted, and that'll help maintain the focus on the people that are presenting. So sort of limit some distractions. If you have questions, please feel free as they occur to you to put them into the chat. There are other volunteers and our staffer at Solar Oregon are all watching the chat, and so can either provide answers back in the chat, or we will sort of tee those up to be answered verbally or in the chat as you offer them up and as the opportunity to answer those questions comes up. So do feel free to be outspoken, both in the chat and certainly during the lunch hour, and when we have those breakout rooms. Invite you to participate as much as you would if we were actually at a winery, at a vineyard, and interacting with one another elbow to elbow, face to face. Let's see, we're we're running on schedule at the moment, which is great to just get kicked off right here at the beginning. We're going to be transitioning in about 8 minutes or so to the Torii Winery, which is our the first winery that we'll visit today. And we'll be with Torii for about 45 minutes. That's actually probably appropriate to get teed up with the wine that you'll be tasting from Torii. So that's in your wine selection basket, the square box from Torii. And there are 3 wines in here. And you might actually, if the Pinot is not still cold, which mine is still cold, but if yours is not, you might put it in the fridge to chill it out a little bit. Torii will be our first. And then at noon, we'll be going to Corey, our board president. Corey will host us sort of through the lunch hour, 12 to 1. He's at Alexana Winery. And then at 1, we'll go to a little more sort of talk through from Alexana of their winery, their wines, and what we'll be tasting from them. You should have 2 wines from Alexana. We've got a Pinot and a Chardonnay. And so there will be a fair amount of drinking in the early afternoon if you're into that. Certainly don't feel obligated to overdo it. That's certainly not what we're about here at Solar Oregon, but do enjoy the wonderful wines that our winery hosts are providing. And then near the end of the day, we will have 3 wines from Adelsheim. And so after the lunch hour, you might actually take those 2 whites from Adelsheim. And if you want to chill those so that they're at optimal temperature for tasting around about the 1:45, 2 o'clock time frame, that'll be dynamite. So with that, I'm going to pass the mic for a moment to one of our sponsors. Mike August is the branch manager for CED Green Tech. CED Green Tech is a key player in the supply chain as far as solar arrays and solar systems go. Particularly, Mike's area of impact is Portland and Bend, Oregon. CED Green Tech provides the panels, the materials for sports arenas, hospitals, homes, and small businesses. They're the ones who really keep the solar panels and the materials required for these systems flowing into our communities. Not only are they a sponsor of the tour today, they also hosted one of our wine pickup locations yesterday, and really appreciate the long time support that we've had from CED Green Tech. So with that, Mike, do you have a few words that you could kick us off with this morning? Oh, Mike's not online right now? Okay. I think actually Mike might be on the road at the moment, so it looks like he is not with us as I expected he was going to be. So we'll hold Mike's time for maybe this afternoon. So how are you guys ready? Feeling like we're ready to go to Torii? Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a good idea. So in addition to CED Green Tech, it's probably worthwhile to just express that there are a number of sponsors that have supported Solar Oregon over the years and certainly are supporting the event today. Without the support of all of the sponsors that you see on the screen right now, this event would not be possible, and frankly, Solar Oregon would have difficulty continuing to pursue its mission of getting the word about solar and green energy out to a larger community. So I just want to say our heartfelt thanks to all the sponsors. And I see from Thanos that maybe it would be good to pull these blinds. Is it a little too bright behind me? I realize I'm backlit, but I think what I'm going to do right now is transition to our friends at Torii more, and then I can make some adjustments to see if I can improve the visual